Media file management isn't the most exciting aspect of filmmaking, but it's the glue that holds your project together. Video file management is the workhorse behind the scenes that keeps your film organized and on schedule while helping you be more efficient at your job. Without it, you could quickly run out of time, money, and your sanity. Organizing B-roll and other media files is more than just dragging and dropping to and from a giant hard drive or SD card. It's both an art and a science, and there's no right way to do it, but there are certainly a lot of wrong ways. Nothing is worse than getting the media cannot be found or media offline messages. It's worded differently for each nonlinear digital editor, but the meaning is the same. Your media files got moved or deleted, and now the editing software can't locate them. You want to get all of your media in one central folder. There are real disadvantages to having your media spread out all over, including if you accidentally move or delete a file, it will no longer show up in your project. That's when you get the media cannot be found error. If you share your project with a friend or coworker, they will undoubtedly be missing important media assets. Then they will get the awful media offline error. Haphazard project files make your computer work harder and slows down your project. It also increases the likelihood of a crash. Everyone should know the basics of good video file management. It could be the one thing that saves your video project and helps it meet your production goals. There is no project too small for organizing your video content and projects. It doesn't matter if you're filming Star Wars: The Force Awakens or just a 60-second interview for a news show. There's no project too small for proper video management. Major motion pictures employ entire teams of people who do nothing but assist the video editors and manage thousands of video files. But small projects can be managed by just one or a few people. When you are ready to start editing your video projects, there are a few basic questions you need to ask yourself before you start. 1. How big are the video files going to be? You need to consider if you have enough storage space on your computer or external hard drive to fit your project files. 2. Where will I store all of this? Does your project need to be saved on an external hard drive, or will you be working on the same computer or laptop the whole time? Do not set up your project on an SD card. Be sure that you copy all files off of it onto your project folder. 3. Will you need to work on this project at home, on a laptop, or on your desktop computer at school? Keep in mind this may change, but that is why we are going to learn how to properly set up and manage your project files, so if this happens, you can easily move your files if needed. Once you have these details figured out, it will be much easier to gain an understanding where to start. Physical and virtual data storage isn't nearly as expensive as it used to be, but it's not the hardware that's your biggest asset, it's your data. While hard drives are fine and the preference of many, backing up to the cloud is becoming a more popular and affordable means to securely storing data without the risk of loss. In this class, we can use Google Backup and Sync. Once it is set up on both your classroom desktop computer and a laptop, you can upload and sync your project files when working at both locations, as long as you have internet access and Google Backup and Sync is turned on and updating. This is also a great option when you are working as a team with others that you can share project folders with them on the cloud. Before moving on to folders and file naming conventions, let's break down the types of files you'll need to be organizing on your drive or cloud service. First, B-roll video footage. You can separate by shoot day if necessary. Edits. This is your A footage to be organized along with timelines or sequences. Next is graphics. These are files that you might have made in Adobe After Effects or graphic images that you have designed. Next is audio. Those include voice recordings, sound effects, and music. Next is pictures. Have some photos you want to incorporate into your video? Keep them here. But remember, if you're using a photo that exists somewhere else on your computer already, you will want to make a copy of the photo and place it in this folder. You never want to have your editing software reference a photo from somewhere else on your computer. All project-related photos need to live here. Now, you can't just name your folders with the above labels. That already starts you on the road to chaos. A more mathematical approach is required. The first folder that you need to create is your project folder with the project title. I sometimes call it the root folder. All of your project files and subfolders, along with your saved Adobe Premiere file, will need to be contained in this folder. Try to name it in a similar structure as shown here with a recognizable name with a 6-digit date of the first day of shooting and the 2-digit month, 2-digit day, and 2-digit year format. Every folder should start with a number that prioritizes the importance of each file type. If you wanted to create folders that correspond with the list from earlier, it should look like this. Folder names should be clean, organized, and easy to understand. The all caps is simply a style preference for an added layer of organization, but it isn't required. For file names, follow the same conventions as your folders by including numbered categories matching the folders I just showed you and dates. 00 is the category for the video footage. Isabel Smith _1 is the label for the specific shot and take number. C1 is for camera number 1 if you are shooting with multiple cameras. 080120 is the date the video was shot. You can also add a location as well if needed. There are also ways to mass name files through Adobe Bridge that is a great time saver as well. Check out my video on that if you get a chance. The tricks and tips go well beyond what's discussed here, but these are basics to put you in the right direction and turn your next shoot from mess to masterpiece.
Hey class, if you like this video, please click like below and subscribe to this channel. Also, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.